Hey guys, so today's video I'm going to show you how to make these pretty cool shorts. Honestly, it's all up to interpretation. They do take a little bit of time though. If you don't like sitting around doing it yourself, you might not like this, but if you do, totally worth it. I just really like the whole aspect of making my own things, so stick around if you want to see kind of the basics on how to make this. So I like to just cut the pants right off. I'll like make a little mark where I think is good, cut them off, and keep the little end leg pieces for future DIYs. So then I just take some pliers and pull at the ends of the shorts because I really don't like that straight across look. I like it to be frayed and yucky and weird at the bottom. A lot of people will throw them in the wash. That kind of helps, but I don't have patience, so I just rip them apart slowly but surely. And it does take quite a long time. As you can see in the bottom left corner there's a lot of little threads that I've pulled out of the shorts, and it does take time, so it's just kind of a little thing that I like to do. I do take a lot of frustration out on the shorts in this way. Then I'll see the little strands of strings that are just hanging down low, and I like to just give those a really quick snip off, just the really long ones, because they do kind of, I don't know, annoy me. Then I just kind of make a section out of the fabric that I'm going to show on the front that fits over top of the place, and I just make a really rough guideline over top of where I'm going to sew. I like to make sure that it's a little bit out so that I have room to trim up, and then just cut the stencil right out of there. You can use any kind of fabric that you want for this. I've done multiple pairs of shorts, some with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or leopard print, just any fabric you have laying around you can do this with. Then make sure you have both sides done. And my next step, I like to take safety pins and I pin it down all the way around so that it stays in place. My boyfriend is really lucky. He's really good at sewing without any kind of pins, but I find that if I don't pin things down, sometimes they move around while I'm sewing and then I get weird ruffles or like places in the fabric that are rolled up, and I just really don't like that, so I just take the extra step and use my safety pins. They just always save my life. Make sure you get them all the way around so that it's kind of secured everywhere. And what I like to use for sewing is dental floss, and a lot of people don't understand, but it is super great. It is waterproof, so it doesn't deteriorate through washes, and it is really strong and it just stays. I've never had any problems using dental floss, and it's also quite obnoxious looking, which is kind of a plus in my book. I don't mind. So I just thread that through the pretty normal way, tie a knot, make sure it's double-stranded, and start my sewing. Now the sewing process is the part that takes this to the next level of lengthy DIY. It does take quite a lot of time. I went through quite a few movies and a couple days to end up getting all my sewing complete. It's just a slow and gradual process, but I find that it's really soothing to me, so I don't mind, and I really just enjoy doing it. And it also takes an extra long time because of the sewing pattern that I use. My boyfriend Justin showed me it. It is an X pattern over the top, but it's a really great pattern because it does hold the fabric in really well, and you don't find any of that like fraying coming out of the sides of the fabric as if you were to just use a single stitch pattern. So it's just super handy, but it does take extra long time to get finished. And that's how that looks. And as you can see, I definitely sped a lot of this up, but the sewing process does take forever. And I do think I need a medal for all the times that I've sewed with cats in the room, because if you've sewn with cats in the room, you realize they like to bug you a lot, because they're very interested in the string. See? See? Do you see the little Salem face in the corner? They're all up in my business. So this is the next day. I went to my mom's house and I was just chilling, relaxing, and I decided that I'd get a lot more done. I really like to do the back pockets on shorts just to snazz it up a little bit so that the front isn't overbearing. I just grabbed some lacy fabric that I got off of a pair of leggings that I used to wear, and I just, like I did with before, cut a small little square that's bigger than the size of the pocket, and then of course I trimmed it down to be the size of the pocket so that I could just sew it right on there. And like before, I do like to pin everything down, especially with this because it was literally just lace, so it was harder. This is how the stitching looks underneath. It's nice little L's, and I like to make sure that I stitch on the pocket so that I can still reach inside because I like functioning pockets. This part is just a little bit about the studding that I did on it. Studding is so simple. I don't understand why everybody needs to get everything pre-studded already from the stores, because honestly the gratification you get from studding things yourself is way, way better. And you can also place the studs exactly where you want them. I purchase all my studs on studsandspikes.com. I always have. They're not sponsoring me for that. It's just the thing that I've always done. And yeah, they're really great studs. I do have an allergy to nickel, and I've never had a reaction with their studs, so they're pretty high quality, and I like them. Basically what you do, push the stud prongs through your fabric, and then take something metal, like I just use a butter knife, and squish those studs down so that they're touching each other, or the prongs down so they're touching each other, and then your stud will stay in place. It's super simple, and I just wish more people did it themselves. So I decided to do them all along the front pockets because I have quite a few of these little guys. They're pretty cute, and that was just kind of the pattern I kind of wanted to go in. Also, sorry, forgive me for the weird angles of these shots. I was laying the camera on my chest because I had really no other way to get a good shot of this. And that's how the front pocket looks. Obviously, it's not perfect because I'm not a perfect human being, but what can you ask for? I hope you guys just do whatever feels natural to you in this. It's just all up to interpretation for whatever you guys feel like making. I don't expect you guys to go and make the exact same pair as me. That would be silly. So I decided to go with the English cones on the side so they'd poke out sideways while I'm have them on. I would have used spikes, but unfortunately I don't have spikes readily available, so the English cones did the trick, and I just lined them all up and studded them in so that they would be equal on either side, and super simple. Super, super simple. So that's these shorts, and I'm pretty stoked for summer now because I have a new pair. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's super, honestly, so simple. It just takes time and effort. It's just one of those things, but I really enjoy doing it. It calms me when I'm having a bad day, so why not? Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys go out and make your own shorts because summer is a-comin'. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.